Today we are going to talk about ordering and comparing integers and their absolute values. First, what are integers? Integers are all the normal counting numbers, their opposites, and the number 0. So when you compare integers, a positive is always bigger than a negative. It may also help to think about maybe owing money. If you think negative is owing and positive is having, that's why the positive is always better than the negative, because it's better to have money than it is to owe money. So -7 would be less than -4. 5 is greater than -10. 12 is of course greater than 6. And -3 is equal to -3. Another way to think about it is whichever one is furthest left on the number line is the smallest. Ordering integers. Whenever we order integers, we usually order them from least to greatest. The negative numbers are on the left side, positive numbers are on the right side, and 0 is always in between the positive and the negative. So, if we look at number 1, there is one negative number, which is -5. Then there are no other negative numbers, so 0 would come next. And then just go in order with all of the positives, 2, 7, 11. On number 2, there are 3 negative numbers. Whichever one is the furthest left or the largest negative, meaning -80, it comes first, followed by -36, then -17. Then it gets to go to the positive numbers, 40, 58. Graphing integers. If we need to graph the following numbers on a number line, such as 3, -2, and 0, we used a closed dot and put it directly on the number line itself. So 3, there's my dot, directly on the 3. Notice how the dot is filled in. -2, again, the dot is filled in directly on -2, and 0. Translating integers. If Ron walked 22 miles today, that would be a positive 22. If the submarine went down 200 feet, the elevation would be -200. And in golf, I was 4 under par. Under par means negative, so -4. Absolute value. Absolute value is the distance the number is away from 0 on the number line. So if you look at this number line and you see 2, this little symbol right here is the absolute value of 2. So I go to the 2 and I say, okay, that's 1, 2 spaces away. The absolute value of 2 is 2. If I see the absolute value of -2, that is 1, 2 spaces away from 0, so the absolute value is also 2. See how the distances are the same? So absolute value is a distance. Find the absolute value of the following numbers. Absolute value of -19. Well, you think, how many spaces is that from 0? It's 19 total spaces, so the absolute value is 19. 24, the absolute value is 24. 0, the absolute value is 0. -74, the absolute value is 74. Notice how all of the answers are positive. That is because absolute value is a distance, and distance has to be positive. What if you have to find the addition or subtraction of the absolute value of some numbers? Find the absolute value first, then find the answer. So on this one, absolute value of -5 is 5, plus the absolute value of 2 is 2, so 5 plus 2 is 7. Number 6, the absolute value of 3 is 3. Absolute value of -1 is 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. On number 7, Absolute value of negative 7 is 7. Absolute value of negative 5 is 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. Thank you for using Seyer Mathematics.